In today's video, I'm going to tell you how to deal with egg shortages by raising chickens with minimum cost. Stay tuned till the end of the video. I will give you a bonus tip on not only how to break even, but possibly make a profit as well. Welcome to the Timberstone Ranch, everybody. My name is Jenny, and if you enjoy watching videos like these, please hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on future content. I'm sure many of you have heard on the news or even experienced it yourself when you go to the grocery stores and you're trying to buy eggs, the shelves are empty, or if you happen to find eggs, the prices are now 2 to 3 times more than what you normally would pay. You may be wondering if now is the right time to start raising your own chickens and getting your own eggs. I'm here to help you make your decision easier by telling you what things you may need and the cost associated with those items to help get you started raising chickens. So the first item you need is a house for your chickens. That is a chicken coop. First option I want to talk to you about is the free option, which is my favorite option. You can get started by browsing the buy and sell sites such as Facebook's Marketplace, Craigslist, or even Kijiji, where people will post a free coop or even their entire flock for that matter, because sometimes people's situations change and they may not be able to take care of their chickens anymore, or they're moving and they can't take them with them. So be on the lookout for those opportunities, as they come very rare, but they do come. I will tell you, in our experience, when we were still living in the city, we came across a person that was selling their whole entire flock, their chickens, their coops, their runs, their feeders, everything associated with their chickens. But unfortunately at that time we were unable to take them in because of the bylaws that were restricting us in the city. On the side note, I just want to mention for you to check your bylaws or even talk to your neighbors if they're okay with you having chickens before we continue on with the list. The second option I want to talk to you guys about is the used market. It's a really good starting point because you can really get a good deal on coops, and you can get them for as low as $100 to $500, $1,000, depending on the condition and depending on the size you want to go. But that's a really good option to start with, in my opinion. Another option is to buy new. So you can purchase your new coop at a tractor supply store or online. Even locally, some people pre-make them. And these can range between 500 to 2,500 Canadian dollars in my area. So it could be on the higher side, but it's also a great option. And the final option I have for you guys is custom. You can make your own coop with the materials laying around in your property, or you can have someone come in and make it for you. I would caution you with this option because you can go really crazy. You can make the coop of your dreams, and that can be a heavy budget. I've seen them go for as much as $5,000 Canadian. And another thing to consider is chicken math. Chicken math is real. If you don't know what chicken math is, just shoot me a comment and I will explain further on what that is. And now that you have your coop, don't forget about your bedding. There's many options available. We chose to add the straw because it's readily available in our area and it costs about $5 per bale. The second item that you will need is a run. A run is an enclosure that typically is attached to the chicken coop. It's where the chickens spend their day when they're not free ranging, and it's also predator proof, so it will protect your flock from any attacks. And the last thing you need before you bring your chickens home is the feed. You want to make sure you feed them a balanced diet. A couple of options to buy your feed are to purchase it at the tractor supply store. A standard feed bag will cost you about $22 versus you can buy a organic non-GMO feed, which will cost you $45 a bag. We have decided to feed our chickens the organic feed, and we also feed them scraps from our kitchen. They'll eat the fruits, the vegetables, the bread, anything we don't really eat, they will eat. They'll eat anything. And we try to free range them, let them out most of the day, every day, so they can supplement on worms, grass, bugs, anything they like to treat themselves with. And now that you have your feed, make sure you have a waterer and a feeder for your chickens. If you don't, you can easily buy these at your local Tractor Supply store or online. They normally go for about $60 for the water and $40 for the feeder. And mind you, these are Canadian prices. There's several options to purchase your chickens. You can get them from the hatcheries, you can get them from buy and sell sites. You can also get them from your local neighbors or anybody you know that has chickens. The first option to get your chickens is getting them as day olds. You literally get them the day after they hatched. And they cost about $3 to $5 on average, depending on the breed and depending on your area. The pros of getting them as day olds is that you get to raise them for yourself. You get to socialize them and you get them accustomed to you. And they're also a great learning experience if you have kids. They're just all around cute and fun to have around. The con of having them as day olds is you do need to make an investment in a brooder. Now again, there's many options available. What we did is we used an old plastic tote and we just made a custom lid out of wood and chicken net, and we had to buy a radiant heater. And we had to keep them in the house for about 8 to 12 weeks. But if you're happy with doing that, that's a really good option. Another con about getting day olds is that you may end up with a rooster or several roosters. Because most breeds you cannot auto-sex at birth, therefore they may not all guarantee to grow up to be hens. And if you cannot have roosters because of your bylaw, or you simply don't want one, you may want to consider the risks of bringing in day olds. A better option, especially if you want eggs faster, is to get pullets. Pullets are ready to lay hens. This will guarantee that you will not end up with a rooster, and it will save you the time from raising day olds, as well as purchasing the brooder that you need to raise them. Now let's talk about the fun part, the egg production. A hen will lay 1 egg a day during the summer months or the warm months, but she will typically slow down during the cold winter months. And here at the ranch, we have 8 laying hens, and during the winter months, we're getting an average between 4 to 5 eggs a day from them. And now for the bonus tip that I promised at the beginning of the video. I'm going to tell you how to make a profit from owning your own chickens. So one way to make money is to sell the eggs that you don't need. Typically in my area, a dozen of organic free-range eggs can go for about $8 to $10 a carton. If you did end up with a rooster, you can sell those eggs as fertilized eggs. A dozen of fertilized eggs can sell for about $20. And even if you want to take it a step further, you can hatch your own eggs and you can sell them as day olds. Day old can sell between $3 to $5. So if you're selling a dozen, it can quickly add up to $60. And if you really want to take things further and you have the time and space, you can sell them as pullets, also known as ready-to-lay hens. Typically, they sell for an average of about $20 each. So if you're selling a dozen of them, you're looking at collecting $240. When you consider these numbers, you can clearly see that the chickens will pay for themselves. You can also count on the security and reliability of having fresh eggs every day. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and have a great day.